The indictment, I'm not impressed, because from a criminal defense standpoint, I want to see where the there is. So, for example, it's all conspiracy under 371. Okay, this is like the Governor Bob McConnell indictment. It's shiny, it's new, it's going to be in the press and what have you. But the government still has to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. And we know McConnell's case went to the Supreme Court. And one thing about honest services and bribery, you have to have an official act. I dare you to find in that indictment what official act Menendez did in exchange for gold bars, money, cars. By the way, it's got a wife too, and the wife was friends with these two individuals, and all they were doing were talking to their senator about helping them, whether it was unseemly or not, and all he did was go to bat for them in each one of these instances. I don't see one official act, and by the way, can a legislator have an official act? He can release money for the Egyptians, for the military, those funds and what have you, but any senator can hold that up, and if it made sense, remember, Egypt's an ally of ours. So I don't see any official acts here. That's a problem for the government. An official act, that is exactly what the Supreme Court struck down in the McDonald case. It said setting up a meeting, if you would, for any other constituent, it's not an official act. Advocating in McConnell's case in regard to an FDA approval, state FDA approval, is not an official act. He would do that for anyone. And by the way, before we get caught up on the whole Egyptian piece and what he did to help one of our allies, those documents that he passed off, they may not have been public, but they were not top secret. He was not passing secrets, because they surely would have charged him with that. And so what did he do? You're upset because he sat down with a U.S. attorney?
I'm not upset.
Okay, well, maybe I am, because you don't agree with me. Sitting down with a U.S. attorney candidate, right, and asking them, if you become U.S. attorney, and if I recommend you, it's up to the president, by the way, it's not up to Bob, that can't be an official act, and I want you to look into this case and give it some real scrutiny and stuff, and if you don't, he didn't say to him, even in the indictment, if you don't do it, I'm not going to recommend you. He wound up recommending, he being Menendez, wound up recommending somebody else. That's not an official act, because ultimately the official act is the president appointing him. By protocol, the two senators make a recommendation. The president doesn't have to listen to that. I think the government's got problems here, rooted in the lack of official acts that they're going to try to make out circumstantially.